All right. Well, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Todd Gorishek, and I am a men's empowered action life coach. And I'd like to begin by just sharing a little bit about my journey and why I became a life coach, why I thought it was important. I've been involved in men's personal growth work for 16 plus years now. And in my life, I reached a point where I needed some answers to some things, and I went looking, and I ended up in a group of men who provided me mentorship, encouragement. They challenged me, and so basically, when I went into this situation, I was 40 years old, so typical midlife crisis thing. And I'm like, who am I? And who am I as a man in this world? What is a man? Maybe that's even the more basic question, right? And so, through many years of me working very hard on myself and with others, I discovered some truths for me that I think are applicable to men in general. Um, One of them is through the support of the men in my circle, it became very apparent to me that it takes one man to sharpen another man. And as men, metaphorically, I believe we carry swords. And if our sword is sharp, to me, that means that I can speak directly into a situation without coming at it sideways. It means that I can have clear boundaries and limits. So I maintain a sense of, I'm going to say control for myself. And so I can choose actions instead of reactions. And I think that's important. But through this process of having a sharp sword as opposed to wielding a dull blade, and this is where I believe men get into trouble, where I've been in trouble in my own life, is we just start hacking and whacking, and think of it like just flesh tearing and yanking and pulling. And it's the exact opposite of what a skilled surgeon with a sharp scalpel would do, right? I can have a conversation with my wife, or I can have a conversation with my sons, or I can have a conversation with other people. And if I'm sharp with it, if I cut cleanly, I can communicate very clearly what's going on, what my needs are, what my desires are, what my ask is from someone else, without it becoming a wounding event or a destructive event or creating collateral damage. So in the work that I did on myself and with other men through these last 16 years, I see that a lot of collateral damage can happen with men who do not have a sharp sword. So as a life coach, I choose to engage men in a way that helps them understand in the process of attaining their goal, how they do that very clearly, cleanly, and exacting, I suppose. This energy between men changed my life. It changed who I saw myself as a man and how I show up in the world. And so I'm taking that energy now and working with other men in their goals and aspirations.